Come back right after this.
I think so.
All right.
Because growing up very tough, it makes you a person who doesn't settle for less. You know, who pushes until you get what you want. So when I finished my tertiary, and then I decided I'm gonna look for a job like any other young person, you know.
Yeah.
And I applied and applied. By that time, you were not aware of how things work in all the industries, that you must know someone for you to get something. Then you apply, then every time is rejection. By that time, I was staying in Rustenburg. I got married when I was 22.
My goodness.
And I came back this side, or we stay in Rustenburg. Then I decided, you know what, I'm going to volunteer. Then I came this side in Flagstop. I started applying, there were rejections. Then I decided, you know what, let me just get someone who can help me just to volunteer into something.
Okay, so by volunteering, what did you do exactly?
What led me to be where I am, okay, I went to the Department of Labor. By then it was at the building, labor. You know that big building,
Yes,
court, yes.
Yes, all right.
I went there.
The West End building, right?
No, not
Is
the
that-
West End.
Which
Some
one
Fort Truck or something, but anyway.
All right, you're naive.
Yes, we went there, and I approached the lady who was the director, and then I asked for that, and they said, okay, I'll come back to you after I spoke to my boss. Then I went to the office. They called it Parliamentary Constituency Office. It used to be on top of Truworths. I don't know where it is now.
All right.
And then there was a member of parliament that I knew. He knew my family. And I approached him. He said, you know what, we don't have an administrator in the office, but we don't have money. I said, no, no problem. Then I started working there.
As
I
a
was
volunteer?
As a volunteer.
All right.
You know, when it's knock-off time, people will take their cars and go shopping, and you'll just be taking your bag and going back home. But you are content because that's what you wanted.
Okay.
And I continued working there. Then I was exposed to the politicians around here. Then they saw my work, they were excited, and then I started cleaning up the office. The office was full of men, and you know where there is men, you know, some of the things they don't think like us. So you will be sitting, the window is so dirty, let's see the poo, the beds and what. I will take off the stilettos and clean, and they will be laughing at me, Collie, you will fall down. Go through. I said, it's okay, I cannot sit in the place like this. Then it went on, then I was exposed to these people, and after that, I worked until I got a position of the personal assistant of the executive mayor.
Right, Joey, welcome back to Women in Power. I'm your host, Katlego Ngwenya, and remember to like our Facebook page, Women in Power. And I'm still with our phenomenal woman, powerful woman, Xoli Moagi. We were talking before the ad break about your journey, how you started and stuff, but I want to ask you a question. Was it always busy? Has it always been easy?
Not at all. It was like a yo-yo, you know. Sometimes it's good, yeah, the money is flowing. Sometimes, yeah, it's tough. You don't get projects. I registered my company after I've worked with 3 executive mayors in this municipality. I started my connection, my network.
Okay.
And then I left the municipality in 2011. Then I activated my company, which was registered in 2008. I started with or sometimes they come barely drunk. Then
And you have to deal with that.
Yes, I'll just fire. Then I'll end up I'll end up go CCMA. Yeah, but yeah, it was a very, very challenging project for me, like to manage people by Lahore, they are 125. And I got my first project with the Department of Human Settlement after that, which was a lot of money then. And I completed it, which led...
You've reached your rock bottom as well. Can
Yes.
you tell us more about that?
Yes, I did. I did. There was a time when there were no projects at all. And it was not easy. You know, you will knock with all the experience and the networking that I have. It was not easy.
All doors were closed.
I will sit with the highest men in this country. But in I was like, God, what are you saying? What is this? Why do you open? Because as a spiritual person, you know, you always believe, hey, I cannot just get this invitation in jail.
For Mahala, and something must
then
happen.
You put me in these high people in the same table for, maybe you are preparing, you can see, you know, my situation.
Yeah.
And then, and nothing will happen. You will cry, you will do what, but I believe that it was a season for me. I lost the car. I lost the cars. Not only a car.
My goodness.
And it was tough. I remember my son was in matric at some point. And you'll say, but God, why? Why are you putting me through this while my son is in matric? Why can't you? Why can't you
what you're saying is it's very important, because someone out there is watching and they're like, I'm going through the same thing. I had it all and I lost everything.
Yes.
How do we help that kind of a person, Mamu Akhe? How do you come out of that situation? What is it that you're supposed to do in that process that we can call maybe preparation process?
In that process, you need to be patient, to trust God. That's what kept me. I've got a very a husband who's got I don't know how big his the faith is, but his faith, you know, when the Bible says you must have a faith as small as the mustard seed.
My God.
I've got that kind of a husband. I call him, he is the wind beneath my wings. That's what I normally say to him. But what I will say to you, it's a season. Every season comes and goes. That is why you have 4 seasons in a year.
Come on now.
The summer is coming for you. Just hold on there, because God didn't create you for you to suffer.
Come on
but
now.
God created you to prosper. Just hold on there. This season will pass. It did happen to me. Today I'm smiling, but yesterday I was not. Weeping may come for a night, but joy
comes in the morning. Definitely, my goodness, that is just inspiring words, right? I believe if you're watching at home right now, you are encouraged, because sometimes we lose ourselves in the process. Sometimes we even forget about God.
Yes.
But one thing I heard from you right now that you mentioned is, in the midst of it all, you need to trust God.
Yes. Yes.
And have faith.
Yes.
Wow,
Yes.
wow. Faith is a substance of things not yet seen, but the things that are yet to come. So we are coming back right after this. Keep watching. You've just joined us. Welcome. Re nale me Koli Muahi Mosetsila Humpeno right here in Women in Power, and I'm your host Katleho Ngwenya. We were talking earlier on. You mentioned, Memoahi, that you're a mother, you're a wife, you are. I mean, come on, being a mother alone is not easy. Being a wife alone, it's not easy. So how do you, all the three, like being a businesswoman and having to take care of the family as well, how do you navigate between that?
Okay, thank you for the question. I believe that understanding your assignment as a woman will always help to always balance the two. You know, there's this saying that women or men determine the seed, but women determine the quality. Okay. So for you to determine the quality.
We're learning. Wow.
you must understand your assignment as a woman. I've got 2 sons, and they're both teenagers. And you can imagine how hectic that could be. At the same time, I must run a profitable business. So for me, I prioritize.
Okay.
Yes, I know when I have to do my duties at home as a mother. There are different ways. We're also having these things, you know.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
that helps us if you can't reach to your children the way you want to. You use your cell phone. When you have time, you make sure that it's quality time with them.
Okay.
You spend nice dinner with them. You take them, I normally date them.
Okay.
My kids are more of their father's character. They don't open up. Maybe it's because of their men. You know, boys, they don't speak a lot like us. So what I do, I have a way how to make sure that, you know, I help them to speak.
Yeah, to
Yes,
open up
to
and
open
stuff.
up. Yeah. So yeah, the challenges. I mean, there is a lot of social media influence. They want to try everything. They want to be independent. You know, you're still saying, this is my baby. He feels like, you know what, I need my space. So you need to learn as well to say, oh, okay, fine. Let me give them the space that they want. You know, sometimes they say, oh God, but why did you give me the boys, you know? Now I'm tired. I must come back and cook. Because they'll be calling, Mommy, what are you going to eat? Guys, I'm from work. I'm tired. I'm from site. Because, you know, when you go there, you are wearing the safety boots.
My goodness, they're
You
heavy.
yes.
Wow.
Yes. Now you are coming back. You must take them off. Get the slippers. Then you cook. So
in the kitchen.
yeah, but that's the beauty of life at the end of the day, because that's what you have chosen to do. And I make sure that I affirm them. Yeah, whatever time that I get, I make sure that I really make the quality
it, yes.
and maximize it. Yes.
But then doesn't it get like confusing sometimes? You get at home and then you want to act like a boss lady, just like you do at work. Where's the balance?
No, fortunately not. Fortunately not, because yeah, maybe sometimes it does happen, because there was a time when I stayed with only the boys. My husband was working outside, and I stayed with them for 7 years. So when he came back, I was like, I'm the boss here.
Okay.
Because if the globe is finished,
You are used
I'll
to
take the
fixing it.
step ladder as tall as I am. I'll take the step ladder and fix it. And then when he comes back, I'm like, okay, let me give my hubby a space to do that. And then I'll do it. I'll just take the step ladder and fix. And then like he will feel like, now I'm on his space.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you know, there are certain things that you used to do when we are alone, because we were both male and female. And now you find that talking to boys, certain things when they grow up, it was not easy, because I'm a woman. When you talk about women like puberty, or, you know, when you grow up, then I'll understand better. But when you talk to boys, it needs
it's
at him.
different, exactly.
Yes. Now you must move a little bit. But when he's slow, I'm like, I will Google and,
You want to help.
and check how do I
Yeah.
convey this in a nice way. Yeah,
All
things
right.
like that.
So basically, you are a hands-on mom. You're not just
Yes.
you don't just go to work, come back, and just
No,
mind
no,
your
no, no,
business.
no,
You
no,
are hands-on. All right, we're learning, and I've heard a lot of men complain that no, women in power, they misuse the power even at home. But you can tell that this woman right here, she's powerful, but she can still go at home and cook for the family. All right, you are watching Women in Power, and we'll be back right after the break. You don't want to miss this, so do come back with us. Welcome back to Women in Power. Remember to like our Facebook page as Women in Power. Let us talk as women. You know, someone once taught me that girls compete, but women empower each other. So that platform, let us just use it to empower each other as women. I'm still joined by the powerful, phenomenal woman. I'm talking about Meqoli Moagi. We were talking earlier on, but I want to understand, where do you draw your strength?
Like I said, I draw my strength from God, and I believe that the tough journey that I had when I grew up, that's when I started having a strong relationship with Him. You know, not staying with your dad until you get married, and the first time you see your father, it makes you to be strong, because no any other father you ever had except God. And the other thing is that I've got a very strong husband who, like I said earlier on, who believes so much, and he always inspired me, you know, whenever we go through tough time, or myself being down, because, you know, I'm an emotional being, I'm a woman.
Yes.
And he will always say, you know what, you are in an industry of men, you better step up, because emotions don't work in this industry.
My goodness.
And yeah, he will help me to stand on my feet. That's the one closest person that has really, really helped me.
So you, together with your husband, worked as a team, and you
Yes.
feel that that's where you draw your strength.
That's where I draw my strength.
And you mentioned God as well.
Yes, absolutely.
While on that, I understand that you're also a pastor.
Yes, I'm also a pastor.
Please tell us quickly about that.
Yes, I'm running a children's ministry at Abundant Life, Outreach International. It's mixed with the young people. I was telling them, like last Sunday, that, you know, I was teaching them about the fathers, because we are in the month of the fathers, trying to show them where the father comes from and where the family come from. Today we call people fathers. There are children who don't have fathers.
Yeah.
Some of them is divorced, some of them they passed on,
Yes.
some of them it's different, you know, situations that kids find themselves in. Some of them, they left their mothers, they're staying with other families. But like I was telling them, that God didn't intend a family like that.
Yes.
So when I was telling them that, you know, when God created us as women, now they were starting like to be interested. And then I said to them, God made a man to sleep. Umukinze anesthetic. I'm an operator while I'm aerobate. And he took the rib. And I said to them, the ribs. Yes, it's me.
So you're trying to make it fun,
yes,
and for them to relate to.
And then the rib is a bone that you will never break.
Wow.
Chicken, you can always eat masapo chicken, but the rib you cannot. Until understand. So then we are strong as women. That's how we're created.
My goodness.
We are very strong. That is why they chose the strongest bone in the body. Yeah. So it makes me, you know, understand how important and valuable I am. Hence, I was saying, once you understand who you are, you won't be shaken. Once you understand with the faults that you might have, because there's nobody who's perfect, Katleho. You might be perfect physically,
yeah,
but inside there must be something. There
got
might
our
be
own
something.
flaws. Yes, we've got our
So
own flaws.
everyone is a flaw. Don't focus on the flaw. Focus on your assignment and your purpose. When you go through the season, know that it's just a season. It's just gonna pass. Because in each and every season, there is a fruit of that particular season, like I said.
Wow,
Yes.
wow, wow. So, you know what, as women, we get caught up in a lot of things.
Yes.
The next thing, you're married, and there's just so much to do. And my question is, maybe someone is watching out there and is like, okay, I'm already 35, or I'm already approaching 40, I'm 50. Is it late for a woman to do something about their lives at that time, or what's your advice on that? Considering as well that Meqoli got married at a very early age, but you still made it. So could you please advise us on that?
What I can say to younger women or older women, never give up on your dreams. You know, Barry, you must conceive your dream and believe in it. As long as also dumeli ko yona, it's not a dream.
Okay.
Because God is looking at that.
Okay.
Once you say, this is my dream, I believe it doesn't matter what happened. Like I mentioned earlier on, I started to volunteer, but I believe that I'm going to go somewhere.
Yeah.
So believe, think about it. Sleep, imagine, because sometimes our imaginations are dead. Imagine yourself being that particular person. Imagine yourself doing whatever that you dream to be.
Yeah.
Don't allow the social media to put a pressure on you. Believe in yourself. Be who God has created you to be.
Yes.
And if you go back to Him, He will help you. But He wants you to come back and say, Daddy, this is the situation. Call Him Daddy. And sometimes I will say, when I go through difficult time, I will say, things like that. Trust Him. Put your dreams in His table.
Yeah.
But what is important, believe and do something. Take the step of faith. Don't say, I will just pray and believe, hallelujah. It doesn't work like that. You will hallelujah forever. Take the step of faith. God will open doors for you. Yes.
I like what you're saying, rebe everything moyena and umo trust, because after all, many are the plans in a man's heart, but God's
He's the one.
at the end of the day, because He's the one who created us.
Yes.
And I like that a lot. What's your advice to women who are aspiring business women who wants to be in the field that you are in?
Have the purpose of why. Don't see only doing this, then you say you want it. Have the passion. Once you have the passion of what you're doing, because remember the passion was placed by God in you. Now, if you see me doing something, then you say, I like that because I see the results. But you don't understand the process that I went through for me to be where I am. You are going to quit and be frustrated. But make sure that you love what you are doing. Make sure that you understand the industry. There are policies, there are systems. Make sure that you learn about the industry of construction. You learn. You might not be a civil engineer or a mining engineer, but learn the basics so that even when you go on site, you can correct, or you understand what your company is doing. So make sure that you understand, you have the knowledge of what you are doing, of the industry that you are interested in, and have a passion. Because without a passion, really, you'll be wasting your time. You're going to get tired. Because today you'll be punished at this, and then tomorrow somebody's doing nails.
Yes.
Now you want to be on nails. Somebody's doing hair.
And it looks, all glamorous on the outside.
Exactly,
you don't know
exactly.
what goes into that whole process.
Yes, the next thing you are there, you're supposed to have the brick and mortar. It's a problem.
Yes. You know what, time as usual in a limo now, but I want to ask you, where do people get in touch with you? How can we contact you?
Oh, okay.
Do you have a Facebook page? Do you have maybe a Twitter
I
account?
I do have a Facebook page, but I don't know these URL numbers, whatever.
Yes.
But you can just Google Kolimo Achi.
All right.
The one with the short hair, not the old account.
Okay.
Yeah, because
That's
we've
the latest one.
we've got other accounts, and then these accounts, we change, we forget the passwords, then you get a new one. But the one with the short hair, you'll get NMX, which is my company.
Yes.
You'll get Mrs. Scotch finalist is also there.
Are people supposed to vote for you? Maybe you can share that information.
Yes, they do, but they do it differently. I'll tell you offline. They do it differently. What I need is you must just come to the event, which is on the 31st of August. We will be working on stage.
That's absolutely awesome. Thank you so much, Ms. Kolingwakhe, for joining us. You've been absolutely amazing. I personally learned a lot from you, and I believe the viewers at home are also inspired. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right, that's it from us. I Katlego Ongwenya, Re kgotlisa fa motho so women.